All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is your main man, a different echelon, Darius Nolan, with the I Am a Different Echelon podcast. Very happy to be here today. Today is a very special day because we're continuing our month-long series on love and marriage. We've had two couples thus far who have been married for quite a while now, but today's couple they're newly married. It's a beautiful thing. I do believe in marriage. I do believe in love, and I'm so happy to know these people and to actually work with one of them almost every day during the week. And such a lovely person. So happy that she's able to get married to such a great guy. So we're going to have them on in just a moment. But before we get started with that, I would like to say that my prayers do go out to Tiger Woods, the professional golfer who has suffered a lot of adversity within the last few years. Love him or hate him, like him or not. He is a person and he suffered a lot of loss and just a lot of things happening to him for the last few years. So he was, as you may have known, or if you don't know, he was involved in a very serious car accident on yesterday where I believe he suffered a compound fracture to one of his legs. I'm not sure which leg, and also another very serious injury. So his golf career is in doubt. And for those of us that know a little bit about golf, I'm not an avid golfer, but I like sports, and I know a little bit about his pursuit of Jack Nicklaus's titles and his records. He was getting very close. Fairly young person. I do believe he's not much older than 40 years old or so. Some of you golf pros can correct me on that, but I know he's not 50. And such a promising career. Of course, you guys know about his situation some years ago in his personal life that kind of threw him off, struggle, the loss of his dad and everything. So he's been going through a lot, despite what people may feel about a person. We never want to wish harm upon them. So my prayers go out to him, not just a speedy recovery, but a thorough recovery. And we just hope that he and his family are able to help him recover and get back to, if not playing golf, just living a good life. So once again, our prayers go out to and our thoughts go out to Tiger Woods. And that being said, we're just going to parlay and just kind of maneuver on into our podcast. Two great guests. I'm just so very excited about having them today. You guys can see the excitement on my face. We're going to bring them in. We're not going to delay anymore. Hello, guys. Are you there?
Yes, we're here.
Good. These are my good friends, my good friends. I've known them a long time, like 4 months.
6 months.
But we'd like for you guys to introduce yourselves to the Different Echelon audience. Go ahead.
You want to go first?
Sure. So I'm Zach Hagamans. This is my wife, Savannah.
I am a nurse that gets to work with Darius every day. And I just love it so much. I'm so lucky.
Yeah, I get to be the one that she comes home to and tells all the crazy stories.
That's good. So happy to have you guys on today. Thank you for agreeing on this such short notice, Savannah. I think last week we kind of put this together, but I wanted to get you on because you guys have only been married for a short time. Mm-hmm. So just kind of want to let you guys tell your story. Tell us how you met and let's get us to where we are now. So one of you can talk. Savannah, I'd rather you not talk so much.
Zach and I have very different stories on how we met. Zach slid into my DMs on Instagram. We are a very millennial couple here. He slid into my DMs, pretended like he had seen me on campus. I was in nursing school at the time. He never saw me, did not know me. I think I just came up on his mutual friends, and he said he's going to try his luck. I'm living with a roommate at the time, and he asked if he could just take me to ice cream. We were going to do a very casual date right at Sonic. Like, if I wanted to abort mission, I could very easily. So I was like, sure, that's fine. He came, picked me up, and I walked outside, took a picture of his license plate, and sent it to my roommate and said, if anything weird happens, here it is. And luckily, it was not weird. We had like the best time ever. I think our ice cream date lasted for like 4.5 hours or something. And after that, it was kind of easy peasy. But Zach might have a different
So,
version of events.
I guess that's technically what happened.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say that I like slid. I more like just dove head first right in there. But my dad always told me that if you don't shoot, like in basketball, I was like a point guard, kind of wanted to see everybody else score. He's like, if you don't shoot, you can't score.
Right.
So, I mean, I might as well go for it, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
And then, so she'll tell you a little bit different about this one, but when she got into the car and actually opened the door, I was trying to like play it cool and pretend like I was doing something on my phone. If she would have looked very hard, the screen was black. I was actually doing something, so I was trying to play it a little cool, but
yeah.
Because I saw her walk down the stairs and I was like, man, she's unbelievably beautiful. So
wow, that's a lot. Yeah. Now, you were not drunk or under the influence of any drugs at the time.
No, nobody even forced me into it.
No, that's and that's beautiful. So I'll tell you a little bit about how I came to learn about you, Zach. As Savannah said, we work together almost every day. Just in the nature of our job, we're grouped and we're matched together a lot of times. I think because we get along so well. But I'll tell you, you took her by storm. We've heard this story before, and she's not ashamed to tell it. Now, she tells it the same way every time, which leads me to believe there's some truth to it. But that being said, I heard about you from day one, and I just really feel, again, you and I just met, but I've known her for a little while. You guys seem to be like it's meant to be, and that's good. I feel like the love is legitimate. You guys seem to complement each other, and that's very, very good. So you guys got married. So let's just take us. When did you guys get married?
November the 14th.
Okay, that's good that you remember that, Zach. Don't ever forget that. Okay, even if you forget your own birthday, don't forget that day. All right, just a word to the wise.
Absolutely.
So I think Savannah, you and I kind of started talking because I was supposed to play your wedding, but something happened. I wasn't able to. But the band was great, and you were very, very pleased for the most part. But I do feel like to me, it seems like you guys have been married a very long time. You know what I mean? Just the chemistry you guys have. You guys seem to really go work well together. So you got married on the 14th of November. So that's basically 4 months ago, a little greater than 4 months ago. What would you say is the biggest change between then, before being married, and now? What would you say is the biggest change?
You can go ahead.
We talked about this a few weeks ago, like at dinner. I think the biggest married change is trying to learn to combine your finances.
Yes.
Because a lot of couples nowadays have lived with each other before they've gotten married. So that's not as big of a change. It's like, we're committed now. We're a team. That's Zach's favorite thing to say. We're a team.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to figure out how to balance your money and handle bills and save and all that. That has been a challenge. Like I think I asked you at work not that long ago, like, what do you see normal couples do? Do you combine bank accounts? Do you have your own and you have one together? So I feel like that's probably been something that we're still trying to like work out. Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole wide world knows I was married at one point, and they say that the number one reason for divorce is finances.
Right.
It's not so much infidelity, because I think what happens is we're people that we're so used to having things at our disposal. So when we don't have money to even go out for ice cream or go out to even when the world was open, go out for a movie, or it even takes gas to, we're in Charleston, South Carolina, so we can drive down to the beach quite closely. It takes gas to get to the beach. And if you have no gas in your car, you have no money. And this makes life very, very hard. And when I got married, I was your age. I was 25. And that was the thing that we struggled with, myself and my ex. We struggled financially. And that's very, very important. And I think I told you that I would, upon getting married again, I would have, a workable a stash like for the house, and I'll have my little bit of money here on the side to do what I want to do, like buy a new pair of Jordans or a new keyboard or get my hair cut or whatever my hobbies are. Yeah, whatever it may be. But that's very interesting, and we're going to go back to that because that's very important. So, without being too invasive, what's the system that you guys have worked out so far?
Still a little bit of a work in progress.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Go ahead. I feel like you're eager to.
No.
Go ahead.
We, I'm trying not to talk as much, like Garrett.
No, it's okay. Be yourselves. You can't help it.
I can't. I really cannot. We have right now. We are we just bought a house.
Right.
So we are on strict spending budget. So right now we've yet to combine anything. We just talk to each other about who takes what bills for right now until we find a bank that we want to use for the both of us. But
right.
I mean, we haven't made a decision, and that's why I said that's probably been the biggest change because we go back and forth about what do you think's best, what's going to work out easier, and so we really haven't made a concrete decision right now. We just tell each other when we spend a certain amount of money.
Yeah, right. We downloaded an app that we can kind of put in folders,
right.
Things, so we can kind of see each other, what we've done. And,
right.
Every Sunday we sit down and go over a month, review our monthly budget and then set a weekly budget and see where we're at with that. But it's a work in progress. We'll take any tips you married couples out there.
Yeah, for sure. I think the number one thing to keep amongst you guys, not between you, but amongst you is love.
Yeah.
And accountability. I think that's one of the great things about marriage is that you hold the other person accountable. Just to get biblical for a second, the man is the head of the household as Christ is the head of the church. But, you guys, you're yin and yang, you know what I mean? You have to cover him. He has to cover you. So if you're better with finances, you should be the person that would, kind of set the table for that. You know what I mean? Traditionally, and I know what you do for a living, Zach, I could not imagine you taking advice from Savannah about lawn care. That would be ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's your area.
Right.
Or if you had, a health issue, she obviously knows more than you do. So, you have to look and see who's the better at what, and then kind of approach it from that standpoint. But I wanted to ask you, Zach, what change would you say is kind of glaring since you guys have been married? Anything other than finances? It can be something petty too. Don't.
Yeah. So, if we're being completely honest, it's closet space.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one.
Because before we had 2 separate closets, no big deal. I had as much room as I wanted.
Right.
I could put in there whatever I wanted, and then we moved into this new house, and it's where's the part where I get to hang out my clothes?
Right.
So I guess that's the little petty part. But I would say
that's okay.
Yeah, I would say that since we bought the house, since we've been married, it's been really awesome.
Oh, great.
But then we bought the house, and I don't want to say it's been a whirlwind, but it's been fast paced.
He knows that.
Yeah, obviously.
Right.
It's been super fast paced. It's been let's get everything done in the house that we want to try to do. I don't want to say panic button, but a little bit of urgency behind it. So it's been kind of an adjustment because I'm more of a laid back, relaxed kind of guy. So that's been an adjustment.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing that's good about your situation, guys, is that you have each other. When I moved into my house, I was by myself. So, and we joked about this at work. You make countless, and I'm trying not to say the name of brands, but you make constant trips to home improvement stores.
Yes.
It's almost like you need a credit card or something because it's God, I got to go back. And as soon as you go and you think you got everything, you forgot one thing and you have to go back. And, we're here in the background. You have 4 creatures that live with you. No, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. This is where we live now. Yeah. So you have how many dogs do you have?
4.
4 dogs.
One of them is right over there in that little picture.
Right.
That's the barking one. Sorry.
Right. Well, that's okay. My puppy is barking. I don't know who she's talking to, but she's barking as well. So we're even in that way. But it's very interesting that you guys are noticing things now that you're married. I know that your ring finger feels different, and I feel like, do you feel like an extra weight now that you're married, or like what are you like? What's the psychological part of it at all? Being married versus not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So for me, like she was saying earlier, I talk about being on the same team. Obviously, I was an athlete
Right.
for a while, so that to me, it's like now we are officially like the team. It's not on our own separate teams. We are now one bond team, and we're both going for one goal.
Right.
That's been kind of a change because I'm not saying that I wasn't on the same team as her before, but I was chasing a goal, which was to obtain her, I guess.
Obtain me.
Yeah. Right.
So romantic.
Yeah, sorry.
I think Zach has always been great. So like he said, he was a baseball player. So team is all, all about team. I am very competitive. And so is Zach, but he's competitive in a different way. Yeah, I know you didn't know that.
There's no.
And so a lot of times when we get into an argument, like when we were engaged, for example, if we were talking about wedding stuff, because everybody knows wedding planning is a bear all in itself. But when we disagree on something related to the wedding, I would very quickly feel like it's me against Zach. And Zach's very quick to remind me, like, we're getting married. This is like, I'm on the same team as you. He says that all the time if we're getting into an argument that I probably have started. Because I look at it as like I'm competing against him. And Zach's been really good about changing my mindset of like, we are on the same team. And obviously I know we're on the same team, but when arguments come up, a lot of the times I think you butt heads, but you have to remember, like, it's us, it's me and you, like we're not fighting against ourselves. So he's been really good about that always, but especially now that we're married.
Yeah. And then one thing I'll say is like, even when it does, like when we do argue, because I mean, obviously that's going to be a thing. She shows kind of that, like, no matter how much we argue or how bad the argument may be, she still loves me like through that.
Right.
Which is kind of what she brings to me, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, man, are you really that mad at me and you don't love me anymore? It's like, no, you still love me. Like, I still love you kind of thing. That's always.
To be honest with you, I like that. And like I said, you have to keep love at the center of it all, because that'll keep you from saying the wrong thing. That'll keep you from doing the wrong thing. If you truly love your spouse, you will think twice about making a mistake. Temptations come all the time. Temptations come in various forms. A lot of times people want to look at temptation as only like, infidelity or whatever the case may be. But like, for example, you guys are trying to get your finances in order and get them square. Whatever Savannah may like, whatever her hobby may be, just say it's shoes, for example. She may see a very nice pair of shoes and it's like, oh man, in the back of my mind, I know that we can't spend this money, but I really want them because they're 1% off. Like, what? Like, it's not even worth it.
They're on sale, you have to buy them.
Yeah, Zach, you may like, I don't, some type of cool baseball glove or whatever whatever you're into, a nice cap that you have on today. Like, you have to keep that in mind. And different strokes for different folks. You just have to find your way, whatever way works best for the team. And I like that because, Savannah can tell you, like, in medicine, we work as a team. Even when she worked in the ER, they were a team. I mean, they had their own patients, but you're still a team, because if one patient crashes, you need your fellow nurse or tech or whoever, a physician, to come and help to save that patient. Like, that's how important, teamwork is. So I think it's very important. I know me growing up, I had the example of my parents. Before my father's demise, my mom and dad had been married for 49 years. So in my household, it was always like that. I grew up in a Christian household, so we did everything pretty much together. We went to church together. We did, family trips, obviously, together. we did things together. And, you know, he passed away in 2015, and I feel like a piece of me went as well. But I can honestly say that, you know, he left a great legacy behind for me, you know, to become a father someday or become a husband again. And I know, Zach, that you suffered the same type loss right around your wedding. And that really, it bothered me because I lost my dad too. So when Savannah told me, for some reason, I heard that. I thought that she didn't say what she said, but then she said it again. I'm like, oh, I can't believe it. I'm not going to ask you an obvious question, but kind of tell me what you were feeling internally, you know, getting married, which is going to be like the greatest day of your whole life, and then losing a part of you. Like, can you speak to how you felt at that time?
Yeah. So, I mean, my dad, my dad was retired early because he had an eye issue.
Okay.
And basically got to spend every day with me. He picked me up from school. We would go golfing after school. We would go to the batting cages. We would do basically everything. And he was kind of my built-in best friend, which was really cool for me. And he always told me, he's like, I've taught you everything that you know, not everything that I know. So like the part that I guess I miss is not getting to learn everything else that he knew.
Right.
And him teaching me more, like stuff around the house. My dad was a carpenter. So, I mean, all of I put a wall in the house the other day, and it would have been really awesome to call my dad and say, hey, what am I doing? YouTube is good. Helped me out a lot. So, but that's kind of like the emotion that I feel for my dad the most. It's like what I got to miss or what I didn't get from him every day.
Well, you know, we talked when you and I finally met face to face a couple of weeks ago, and, you know, I'll say this, you know, on the World Wide Web, I'm not ashamed to say it out loud. You know, our job is to maintain the legacy.
Yep.
You know, so even though they're not here physically, like, you know, me buying this house, I would have loved for my dad to come and help me do stuff as well, just like you. But unfortunately, he's not here on earth. But what I'm saying is live every day to make him proud, because you have your boys, even your daughters, he's gonna be, his knowledge and his wisdom and his spirit will live through you to, you know, for your kids. And I really believe in legacy. That's one of the reasons why, you know, I'm doing a lot of things that I'm doing, because I want to leave a legacy. I don't want this world to pass me by and I haven't done anything powerful. You know what I mean? So, you know, Zach, do the same thing. And it's great that you have a very, very loving wife that is there to support you. I'm sure she aggravates you. I know it. No, she aggravates me, and I'm not even married to her. No, I'm kidding. But you know, she's a lovely person. And like I said, we're on the internet, so I can't deny what I'm saying.
Not take that back. I need that on loop.
No, I'll say it. I mean, I'm okay with that, you know, but that being said, Savannah, what would you say is Zach's greatest quality?
Oh my gosh. There really are a lot of great qualities about Zach. I'm not just saying that because he's next to me.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I love everything. Well, almost everything about Zach. But honestly, Zach is so patient with me and my up and down attitude, my eating habits.
That's a struggle.
Zach, I am much more of a night owl. Zach is early bird, and I am just so not that. And when I get like this crazy tick at 10 o'clock at night and I want to go do some project, Zach I see him take a deep breath and then he does it. Or he comes with me. He's very very patient.
Right.
Yeah. In case you guys are wondering, Name Your Home Improvement Store is not open at 10 p.m.
It's not. But Zach is so patient with me, and he's like the calm to my crazy is what I normally say. I mean, you can tell he's calm. He's just very steadfast and chill. And I appreciated that. And when I was looking at a spouse, you don't want somebody that doesn't compliment you. You don't want somebody that's up and down like I am. You want somebody who's going to kind of mellow you out.
Right.
And I felt like Zach was that for me, amongst many other things that I like about him. I love his muscles. I love.
Oh, okay. All right. That's not what this is about.
That's not that. That's not this.
No, you can say whatever you want to say.
But that would be like personality wise. I feel like that's my favorite thing about Zach. It's what drew me to him. What made me feel like he would be a good husband, a good father, a good dog dad, as the whole world can hear now.
He's a work in progress.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
but truly, he is super patient.
Zach, in one word, if somebody were to say Savannah Hagaman, what would you say? What word would you pick to describe her?
Oh man, that's hard to narrow it to one. I would say that she is loyal to all of her people. Like, she is extremely loyal, and
that's true,
especially to me.
Right, she should be.
She holds me to another level of accountability. So, like, to me, that's saying that she's loyal to making sure that I'm better as a human every single day.
Right.
I would say loyal is probably the best word.
Thanks.
That's so nice. That's so nice. So you guys, you were in an apartment and you moved into a house. You're in. If I'm not going to give your address away, I don't know it anyway. But you're in the metropolis of Moncks Corner.
Yes, metropolis. Moco.
Moco is what they call it, apparently.
What do they call it?
Moco. It's not catching. Not going to catch.
Let me recompose myself.
That's what they tell us around here. I don't know.
Yeah. So you're Zach. You're from where are you from originally?
So I was born in West Virginia, from Pawleys Island.
Okay. All right.
Plain Pawleys Island.
There you go. That's Savannah. You're from Charleston, right?
Yeah.
So how would you guys? You're in Moncks Corner now, which is not even a suburb of Charleston. It's quite a ways actually. So how would you like assess like the growth that Charleston is gaining now? Because there was a time when no one wanted to live in Moncks Corner.
Yes.
There were just people that, kind of grew up there or whatever. Now it's like, Charleston has become like a hotbed for new industry is here, obviously, and whatnot. Like what would you say? What's the growth like out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of young families. We're getting a Publix, which we're really excited about.
Wow.
But it's definitely still growing. Like, you can tell they're putting up new subdivisions like crazy. But it's a lot of young families, a lot of Charleston natives that have, they felt like Charleston's too busy. Somerville's gotten too crowded.
Right.
Kind of have like started to move out. I feel like that's the majority of what we see, at least in our area.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's very interesting because people are moving in by the droves. And you have a lot of Northerners moving here, especially with the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I know with the pandemic, you guys were not able to have a real honeymoon. But you did stay at a nice place.
Yes.
So when the world opens back up, what's your first vacation? You guys got to do like a honeymoon reboot or something, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, so we just like to think we put the honeymoon on pause for a second.
Right.
And then as soon as we get past all of this, we're going to try to plan it as soon as possible.
We were supposed to go to Hawaii for our honeymoon.
Right.
It's paid for, so
okay.
Waiting to go. But I think that's probably going to be our first big trip as a married couple. Honestly, even as a couple in general, I think that's probably the furthest that we've traveled together.
Yeah.
Or will be.
Yeah, we're like big Disney people. So we did go to Disney World one time.
Right.
No, I'm saying just like me and you one time. And then we went obviously with my family, and then with your dad one time.
But we're definitely excited to travel as a couple once all this is over with.
Right. Now, speaking of family, Savannah, tell me about your immediate family. Like, how many siblings do you have? Let's get into that.
So I'm the oldest. I have a full brother who's 4 years younger than me, and then I've got two a stepbrother and a stepsister who look like us, honestly.
Right.
They were just ours. So there's 4 of us total. And then I've got my mom, my dad, and then my stepdad here in Charleston.
Right. And Zach, what about your family dynamic?
Yeah, so I mean, it's my mom and my sister, and then my grandmother still lives with my mom, so I claim her basically as my mom, like mom almost.
Yeah,
she's awesome. And then my sister has 2 kids.
Okay, and it's interesting because it seems like you're from a family of women. You know what I mean? And then like Savannah has some boys sprinkled in there. What was the first meeting like? You know, when the families met each other.
When our families met each other?
Yeah.
It was kind of a while before they actually met each other.
Just because his family's in Pawleys Island, so.
Okay, it's not far.
Yeah. And to get all of us together is impossible on my side because there's so many of us. When was the first time?
So the first time actually would have been in Pawleys Island. It was just your mom, Olivia, and Kyle came.
Right, but like all of them.
I'm trying to think.
I don't know that they have all been under one roof at one time. Not even for a wedding.
Probably when we got engaged.
Oh yeah. When we got engaged, maybe it was the first time that they have all been together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Zach, what was it like meeting Savannah's family for the first time?
So actually, that's an interesting one. We had known each other for approximately 4 days.
Wow.
Yeah, she did. And she was like, "Hey, do you mind if we stop at my parents' house really quick? I got to pick something up."
Oh, setup. It was a setup.
Yeah, it was a complete setup. And next thing you know, I'm sitting at the dinner table, not getting grilled. They were awesome. They have never been anything except fantastic.
Because he's on live TV or
That's
live.
Not true.
Live,
I would say that without. I would say that. Awesome. I love it.
That's funny.
But it was. I don't want to say it wasn't scary because they're not scary people. But it was just like, oh wow, we're doing this now.
There was a lot of
a
lot.
It was a surprise.
Right. Well, it's a good thing you're an athlete and used to working under pressure.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So that helps you. Savannah, same question for you.
When I first met Zach's family.
Yeah.
Zach had warned me in the car. He's like, Savannah, it's crazy. You're gonna, prepare yourself. I'm like, okay. I come from like a huge family, so I was fully prepared. I walk in, they're the most calm people. Like I was like, I'm not sure where the crazy is here, but it's very calm.
Wow.
It still is very calm. They were very sweet to me. They've always been very kind to me. Zach's nephews,
yes,
his sister's children are very close to our age because his
okay.
She's older.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my sister is 16 years older.
Right.
Okay, I got it. Mm-hmm.
So his nephews are like 21 and 24.
Oh, gotcha.
6. So they now have to call me aunt, which I love. They don't actually call me that.
I was going to say, that's a little weird.
Yeah, but his family was great. They were great. And I have loved like his nephews. They've all been very sweet and ready for them to get married so we can bring in some extra girls into that family.
There you go.
But they've always been very sweet to me.
That's good. Well, that's important too, because at some point you're gonna have to like spend holidays with each other's family. You don't really see two families come together unless it's for a wedding or something like that. But you will have to spend like Thanksgiving, maybe half the day at this person's and half the other time. So it's very good
that's been a juggling act a little bit of these holidays.
Yeah. I mean, when I was married, I'll say it because I don't care. My mother's the best cook in the whole wide world. So I would intentionally not eat much of anything at my in-laws to save my stomach capacity.
That's a good plan. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
And I'm gonna do it again.
Yep.
I don't care. I'll do it again. I'll do it again. No, but truly, I think that's important that you guys are able to, respect each other and love each other and just keep that at the forefront. So we talked about kids. I mean, how many kids you guys want to have?
Well, we have 4 loud ones right now.
Right. Yeah. Human kids.
Yeah, human kids. Zach?
Well, I think we've talked about this before, and I think she has a little different idea of how many kids we want than I do. But I'm completely safe with just boy and a girl and moving on.
Call it a day. Wow.
Yes.
I definitely want 4. I have 4 siblings.
To mimic, yeah. Wow.
4, and I think 4 is a great number. So, but I mean, we'll see. We have not had.
Not rushing, yeah.
No.
Well, that's good.
They said we're on a 5-year plan, but
right.
A little,
Well, you guys are very young, and I think that's wise. Zach, how old are you?
I'm 29.
Yeah, so you're still good. You're still good because men could have babies at a later age than women. So you're in the sweet spot, man. Yeah. But I wanted to say that I think this is a marriage that's gonna last, and I'm speaking that over your life. No, I'm serious.
We will receive that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know our faith, so. I definitely speak that over you guys. I think that you guys are basically perfect for each other. There's only one perfect one, but this is very close, if I must say so for myself. So if something were to happen, I would probably fall out and pass out because it would be
my fault.
Right? Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah,
100%. You already said that you're the high-strung one. He's the laid-back person. So there's no way a laid-back person can demise something like that. Well, I think you guys are off to a great start. I want to thank you for being a part of this, being a part of our family. I think that you guys are excellent people. Seriously, I'm not just saying that. And I look to hang out with you guys soon. Hopefully, the world will open back up, and we can hang out. And we're gonna do something and just hang out aside from working together every day, Savannah. So
I was gonna say, you're stuck with me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's terrible. Nah, it's been a pleasure. So once again, thank you guys. These were the Hagamans. They are a beautiful couple. Their dogs are ready for them to come and pet them and feed them and do all that stuff. So anyway, we're going to say goodbye for now. Do not hang up. I'm just going to kick you out. Okay. And then we'll talk, okay? So wave goodbye to my family. Say bye. All right, then. Excellent. All right, everybody. That was another episode of I'm a Different Echelon podcast, Love and Marriage. That was volume 3 with the Hagamans. Such a beautiful young couple. They're definitely off to a great start. They're definitely off to very promising things. They have God at the forefront of their life, and they have love in the middle. So that's always going to make things great for them. I want to ask you guys to join us. We have another special couple that's going to come next week. I'll look out for the ads. They will not be a 4-month-old couple, but they will be what I would call a venerable couple. I'm excited. I haven't gotten a final word yet, but when I do, I'll let you guys know. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in once again on Facebook Live, on YouTube, on my Facebook page, Darius Nolan, and I Am a Different Echelon, Facebook, and on my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this journey. It's been excellent. We're here to educate, encourage, and to enrich. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys have any suggestions or any questions for the Hagamans, you can actually email me at darisnolan28@gmail.com. I would love to hear what you have to say. And if you have any suggestions as far as some show topics, please do not hesitate to talk to me. You can DM me. You can shoot me a comment on YouTube. There are various ways to get in contact with me. But most of all, I just want to thank you guys for the support and for the love. Thank you for the thumbs up and for the hearts. And thank you just for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm honored to do this and honored to talk to my people. So I love all of you guys. You guys stay safe. You guys be well. And just take care of yourself. And until next time, be blessed. Goodbye.